Welcome, children of the popcorn. We're doing something casual. It's a casual fit episode for tonight. It is I, Mr. Popcorn. Say hello, people.
Hi.
Hello, people.
Hello.
Yes, we were going to do The Ugly Stepsister, but our beloved bat piercings went wrong. I'm sure some of you know what I mean.
Oh, no.
So, yeah. So we're going to let them heal and wait until the bat
Hang on. The
comes
bat wasn't
back.
sucked into an MRI machine, was she?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I have not your face.
So just some information.
Check out our Final Destination episode. So, The Ugly Stepsister with the Bat will be in the future. So, for now, we're doing top 5 overrated horror movies. Yes, this is our chance to finally speak our truth. Baron, speak your truth. What is your number 5?
Number 5 at the bottom of the list of the 5 most overrated horror movies, in my personal opinion, is The Howling. It's not as good as The American Wolf in London, which came out at about the same time. In my opinion, it isn't as good as people make it out to be because there is something more superior that was at a lower budget that came out at the same time.
Okay. People disagree. I've never seen it. Full disclaimer, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, good.
Bite me.
I know. I need to.
Like,
I know.
the films that you haven't seen, because it's always good to watch something that somebody else doesn't like, because you totally love something that somebody doesn't like. Again, like we said, it's his opinion. So I don't agree with every single horror opinion or like review out there. Sometimes it makes me want to see it for myself. The worse that it gets. So yeah.
So do you guys disagree with the Baron and Wipes? If you do,
I agree that it's no American Werewolf in London. I don't think anything ever will be. Like, special effects wise, American Werewolf.
Rick Baker,
just knocks it out of the park. You just cannot.
I will just point out, though, that American Werewolf in London is no dog soldiers.
Oh,
true. We're going to have a ranking episode. Another ranking episode.
Werewolf episode just for you, I think. Like, just a werewolf episode.
I love American Werewolf in London. It is an amazing movie.
Yeah, it is.
But Dog Soldiers beats it for me, personal opinion.
Personally, I don't know, it's terrible to say. I didn't love Dog Soldiers. I keep trying with this film, but I just, I don't know. I guess it's like a war movie. I've never been that big person anyway, so they probably lose. Yeah.
No, I'm not either. Yeah. No, there's like 2. Apocalypse Now and Jacob's Ladder.
Yeah.
But that's another episode. Vanessa, what do you reckon of The Howling and Baron's opinion there?
Well, I really enjoy The Howling. It's one of my favorites. It's definitely not the best movie in its genre. It's definitely better than most of its sequels, though. I don't know if you guys have seen
So I've heard.
Of those.
I've heard about Part 3 and
a marsupial.
Oh, I enjoy the marsupials. I think when it got to I think they made a few of them in the mid 2000s, and they are not the best films I've ever seen.
But not the worst. Yeah. But overrated how? It's not really that like overrated. I think it's very more culty. Like American London is mainstream. Everybody does. Yeah. But not many people are really into that. So how does it fit into this one? As overrated.
Okay, so I'll give you a little bit of background on this as well. The making of The Howling, they actually had access to a bunch of the tech from American Werewolf in London. So the special effects guys that did The Howling were working with Rick Baker on American Werewolf, and they split off. And so you'll notice there is a very similar transformation sequence between American Werewolf and The Howling, and it is identical tech. They got permission from Rick Baker to use the tech that they had borrowed from American Werewolf.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
I think with that in the background, it should have been better than it was. It should have been closer to what American Werewolf was, but it suffered. And in my opinion, it's gotten a greater rating because of that cultishness of it than it probably deserves.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, nicely put. Quick question to the group. The Company of Wolves, I forget the exact title. Have we seen this?
Yes.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. That's in my top. That's in my top werewolf films. Just wanted to see if people saw it. Yeah.
Another one of those films that I watched way too early to really understand the whole premise and the whole concept of this film. So it's one of those things that just seeped right into your subconscious, and it was like, what's that film that I saw? And then I saw it years later. I'm like, stop film.
The transformation scene was very impressive in that movie as well. Yeah, I would have to shout out that movie for the transformation scene. If you don't know it, about children. It's by Neil Jordan, the guy who did The Crying Game once upon a time. And it's basically a dark version of Red Riding Hood.
That meat.
Yeah. It had Angela Lansbury in it.
Yeah.
Whatever she wrote.
She's grandma.
Horror.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh,
It's crazy. All right. Who wants to go next?
Fine.
Okay, thank you, Jane.
And why not?
Oh, hang on, I got to fight.
Are you ready for the fight? Okay, I am going there. Well, are we going to the fifth first, are we?
Yeah, five, please.
We're
Yeah, do the
working down. All right. I am going for Jeepers Creepers.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
It's just an implausible, and I'm like, I get fantasy. I use my ability to sort of, suspend my belief in many fantasy concepts. But this one, I could not fucking, I could never, this creature that can drive a car, apparently.
Yep.
Has his own license plate.
It has a
that
license plate, right?
That
he has a
sucks when
license
they do that.
plate,
Yeah.
but comes back every 23 years which I had to read actually on something today when I was sort of doing a bit more research about it, was that he kills the people to take their organs, to replenish his organs that are failing on his body.
Yep.
I'm like, that never comes up anywhere, anytime in any of the films. I had to actually
No,
read
it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Yes,
No.
it does.
Yeah, it
Does
does. Yeah.
When he gets his
It's
head cut off.
explained.
And the
it's
eyes,
not-
you take your eyeballs or whatever, but it doesn't really state that he's replenishing his organ. I don't know. Maybe I missed it. Maybe
Yeah, it's been ages since
I do recall that being explained in one of the films.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to, because maybe I just missed that whole explanation of why he exists. But I mean, like the first one, we've got him disposing of the body. And then this place where this creature has lived clearly perpetually, forever in some sense. Has to have been every 23 years comes back. It's throwing these bodies down a drain pipe that easily can be found. This lair has never been found. There's never been anything like any construction. Nothing's freaking happened in all those years to find this lair. Yeah, it's so hard because I can't explain it because it's so stupid. This film, it's probably the worst creature feature I've ever seen.
So can I blow your mind just very briefly, Genoa?
Yeah.
So the reason his lair is where it is because the writer wrote the creeper as a cicada. The cicadas go underground to pupate and they come back on a yearly cycle.
Yeah.
So the church and the drain just happened to be built over where his lair was.
Yeah.
And when he comes out of the ground every 23 years.
So when they built the church, they didn't find anything underground at all.
Well, they didn't look.
And no construction issues there. My school put in, and they found debris. They've had dead dogs found, whatever.
The opening scene to that was actually based off an episode of Unsolved Mysteries.
Yeah.
So for anyone who doesn't know, it was loosely based on the true crime story of Dennis Depew. Someone had actually seen him dumping a body at a school, and they recreated that in the show. And so that opening scene of Jeepers Creepers is virtually a shot by shot replay, just with the creature instead.
Yeah, and look, and that's great, because a lot of things come from true crime. There's no real connection to something like that where,
Having said what I said about the cicada, though, I will give you his ability to drive and register a vehicle.
That really annoys me. He's driving a car. He knows how to use a stick shift or whatever.
It was supposed to be a bit of a horror comedy, though. So
was it?
It had more comedy in its horror. Comedy horror.
Wow. Okay.
I'd just like to point out that the director was a horrible person.
Yeah.
That's good because he made a horrible film.
Horrible
piece
of shit.
Just got
Kill Him
worse.
Now horrible. Kill Him Now horrible. Yeah. And it's very dark. Did he write the movie?
I believe so. Or maybe he did. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
but I do know that
considering what he
no
did,
longer has the no longer has the rights to the franchise. It has been sold off now. So the reboot, which look, I know a lot of people didn't love the reboot, but that was not associated with the original.
Yeah.
You were right. He wrote it.
Okay, so the fact that he's looking at these, he saw something happen near a school sort of thing and looked into that, and then when he did what he did on the film set,
horrible,
very creepy, very creepy. That's not to do with overrated, though. Yeah.
No.
No. But And it does have,
Okay.
yeah, it does have a cult
Plausible.
following. But a cult following this one?
I think so. I think so.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I don't-
Okay. No, it is a beloved film.
I don't
Lots
want
of
to be
people
part of
like the one. I don't care either way. I liked the first film, but I hold no emotional attachment to it. So
No.
what you say is
and
perfectly
you
fine to
know,
me.
I'm a big creature feature person, but yeah, you know, demon in a trench coat who drives a car. That was just
And flies.
and flies. Underneath,
Don't
the
forget he
wings
flies.
underneath that trench coat. The wings are
does
underneath
fly.
that trench coat somewhere. Come on.
It's not a trench coat, it's wings.
Is it the the trench coat wings? That's the cicada part, is it? It's like,
And the cicada part. It's like that's the Indian burial ground. Oh, you build a
like,
church over a
hide its wings
grave.
under the trench coat.
This is what happens. So I don't entirely agree, but it was very funny.
Funny,
That was a
yeah.
very funny analysis.
I don't want to go back again. I need
All right.
to see it.
I'll go next. So since we're going boy girl here. All right. This is overrated because this movie's huge. It would be called iconic to speak in modern parlance. It is M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong's The Sixth Sense.
Fuck.
It's boring. It is deathly boring. And I picked
My number 4.
twist. Okay. Yep. All right. So we can join
Put it
in
your
now
number
if you want to,
4,
Baron.
yeah.
My number 4.
The twist I saw from the beginning, pretty much, and everyone just seems asleep.
It's a pretty classic twist, isn't it?
Yeah, but I saw it.
Yeah.
It's not difficult. It is not a complicated
No,
twist
it's not.
whatsoever. And everyone's going, "Oh, amazing! This guy, the twist king."
I haven't seen it before. I just ruined the movie for you. That's it.
I'm not an M. Night
He's
fan.
dead.
You may
It's over.
be picking this up.
No, didn't.
And the
Like,
way
I
it was
don't know.
coloured and lit, it was like one of those horrible brown natural wool cardigans. They're just like, it's just itchy.
The
I wanna get
stakes
it off.
appear
Can't.
way too late in film. The
Yeah,
stakes.
Yeah, so the reveal
too late.
Yeah,
I know where
They-
he's going for with it. Like the others, like was a much better kind of version of that idea.
yeah, it was.
Ghostbusters was a better version of that idea.
So yeah, not a new idea. It's hard to get new ideas in film, but there are good ways to do something and not so good.
Yeah.
And for me, not with this one. I was not sold. It took me, I actually didn't mind Signs, but it took me to Split to actually go, okay, this guy can actually really direct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was well into Split. But that's just me. It's just me.
But Split was a trilogy, so you know you have to start from the beginning.
Yeah, well,
the
trilogy
yeah.
after the fact. He made
Yeah.
Split, and then he goes, "Oh yeah, Mr. Glass can go in here. Then I'll make Glass the movie." So you know what I mean?
Split the last though. Didn't we do the other two first and that? Well, no, we did. And the name terrible.
The Unbreakable was first, then
Unbreakable?
Split, then
Yeah.
Glass.
Split,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Unbreakable.
it was kind of
Kills the
retro-decadent
Yeah.
into a trilogy.
Yeah.
M.
like-
Night, I couldn't do what you do. Films are hard to make. These are just our opinions. This is just for fun. We've been holding our tongues for decades on certain films, as
We
everyone
love
has.
you.
This
We
is our
work in the
chance.
industry. Please still hire us.
Yeah, I'll
We
go to one of the
love
films.
you. Please, we love films.
Okay, so
we don't have all the end.
that's my number 5, Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
Vanessa, Suxy, what do you have?
Well, I only came up with 4 films so far. If I think of a 5th, I will let you know. I do struggle with finding overrated films. I do try to find the good in everything, but there are a few that have irked me over the years. I'm going to start with 1999's The Blair Witch Project. I love certain aspects of this film. When I first saw it, I was a child still. I'd rented it out from the video store when it was on new release, and I did.
I get you. I love the vibe of the thing, but the film itself.
And her.
It was a great concept for its time. I know people who back in the day had downloaded it illegally before it was out at the cinema. They didn't know anything about it. They watched it and truly believed that what they saw was a real story.
Yeah, it did have
Which
It
is
was
great.
the Ghost
It had
Watch. It was the
amazing
Ghost
marketing.
Watch of the 90s. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it had fantastic marketing for its time, but I mean, there's a bunch of people screaming and crying at a camera.
Wandering around the woods.
Exactly. Look, it has sparked some amazing parodies. Like, you go out there, check them out. But and like that ending, me as a child, with trying not to spoil the film for anyone who hasn't seen it yet. It's they walk in and the guy's there looking in the corner, and as a child, I thought he was inside pissing on a wall, and that was the reason why she was so freaking out.
Oh, that's so sweet. There,
I did not understand that ending. I now know, it was a witch and a legend.
On a wall.
I would freak out like that too if someone was pissing on the wall inside. So that's what I thought was going on.
That's fair.
Okay.
What do you think of the sequel, though?
I thought the sequels, it gets better through time. I love the books. If anyone go out and read them, it follows on from the original story, and it's like it's a real thing in the books, and it's the lore of it, and it goes on.
Do grow this lore. Well,
it starts off some great things, but the first film, oh my gosh, it's a lot of screaming.
It's the Blair Witch Project. That's what it is.
Can I? Okay, Blair Witch Project, yes. I hear exactly what you are saying, because upon rewatch 20 or so years later, apart from the end shot, I do agree with you. It does not stand up technologically. Like a kid watching this in 2025 will be like, old people, Gen X, what are you up to? I get it, yeah? But when it came, when it came out, though, I mean, which you have, highlighted, the impact was huge. It pretty much is the reason why we have found footage, and I am a fan of found footage. But that end part, I get you're a kid, when you saw it, but that end part upon the rewatch, that is one of my favorite shots in cinema still, because it is a beautiful blending of documentary and myth, everything, all the concept was summed up in that one shot, and I think that's really cool. That's all, that's my bit.
And I love that we never do see anything. We don't see what we're afraid of, and I think that's the first time we really got offered that. Everything had to have a bad guy, a devil, something that is actually chasing you that you get a reveal of in the end. This you just never get. You get the story, you get the idea of her, you get but you don't ever get revealed the character.
They leave it to the imagination.
That's right.
Yeah.
I do like that about it.
Saying that the sequel, sorry, I was thinking about American Psycho with Mila Kunis, the sequel. I don't know if it's a Blair Witch 2, but there was the Adam Wingard Blair Witch movie with drones galore and such. Have you guys seen that one? It came out, I think.
That was the newer one.
After 2015.
What was the first sequel?
Book of Shadows.
Book of Shadows. I quite enjoed Book of Shadows, and I didn't mind the more recent Blair Witch as well.
Sexy goth girl, out there trying to,
But I liked the Adam Wingard one, and they did actually show they showed the witch at the end of the newer one by Adam Wingard. Yeah. And I actually didn't mind it because the pace of the film justified showing it at the end. You know what I mean? Because the pace of that film,
and we got to there.
Like
I think with the whole idea of it all, we'd got to this point where we kind of need to see this at this now. But the second one, Book of Shadows, there were people that had heard about this original one and going out there and saying, well, this is a bunch of crap. Let's go and see this for ourselves. So,
okay.
They weren't documentarians this time around. They were just kids going to the cemetery as such, that kind of idea. Let's just go do something spooky. And I like that.
Yeah, it was very, especially for its time, it was very relatable because, how many of us did that?
Exactly right. Yeah. Laying on a gravestone, smoking a cigarette.
Yeah. No, I recognize the goth girl. But I can't remember. Yeah. All good. We should move on anyway. Thank you.
Yes.
Barrett, your number 4.
You've already mentioned my number 4, which is
Sixth Sense. Anything you want to say about it?
Yeah. Look, my note that I put next to it on my list here was the stakes just feel like they come too late in the movie. The film was flatlining until that last second. It's like someone restarted the heart in the back end of the third act.
Yeah.
I would love to have had more stakes earlier in the film.
Yeah. No, I get that for sure. I think he wanted to hold back on the reveal of he's
a weird filmmaker. He hits and misses. He takes wild swings. When he hits, he really hits. But when he misses, my God, does he miss?
I think the biggest issue with M. Night Shyamalan is he's got a hammer, so every problem that he has in the film must look like a nail.
Yeah.
So it's like, my hammer is, I need to do a twist.
Yeah.
So
and he's been told that he's the twist king, so he has to be the twist king. Right?
Forever. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, that's my thing.
I have coffin.
Yeah.
And realistically, if your twist isn't well written and you can't reveal it too early, because then you've got to support it through the rest of the film.
And that's it. That's like with Old.
So, yeah.
Old definitely was just trying to pull that twist out of it. I'm just saying.
Well, Trap, he revealed it in the trailer. The twist was revealed in the trailer of Trap. I mean, anyway. Is that all you want to say about Sixth Sense there?
Yeah, look, honestly, I think it's overrated because people love it too much for what is a really prosaic plot twist.
Yeah.
Having been...
They love mocking it, because I think people have great fun mocking it. A lot of, popular culture loves making fun of it. What a twist,
It's memed now, isn't it? It has become memed. That is true.
I think the issue is, because he's now moved on and he's got a better career than he had when he did The Sixth Sense. I think people look back on it, they go, "Oh, that was true genius," and it's led him to this thing. It's like, no, it was a really good first movie. Because you make it out to be.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Personal opinion.
Exactly. G Noir, your number 4.
All right, my number 4 is It Follows.
It's on my list too.
It's
on my list.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's my number 4. It's my number 4.
Slow. It could have been a short film. That's the first one.
Yes.
This could have easily just been a short film. I feel like you just kept on trying to add content purely for running time. That's all you were doing with this film.
An extended Doctor Who episode.
Really?
And I don't mean that to be derogatory.
A double episode. No, we love Doctor Who around here.
We should point out, though, that none of us have contacted anyone else on this list prior to the podcast.
No.
So we haven't got together and gone, I'm going to do this one, I'm going to do that one.
No, exactly.
Which is cool. I've got some coming.
We are all finding this out fresh now on the...
We're finding out we hate the same things together, and I'm loving that. Why would it?
But what else? Info. Yeah, please.
Also, the whole sexually transmitted demon entity possession, whatever the hell that is, it's clearly some almost Christian kind of indictment on immorality and sexual activity before marriage, and it is just in your face. It's just that's all it is. I'm like,
I think the director got his jollies. I think he got his jollies watching these teenagers do sex scenes. I think the director got his jollies. That's
not
my
even
feeling.
Yeah.
That's harsh, I know.
But... people, this is what you get for being immoral creatures. Basically,
David Robert Mitchell, who is the writer and director of this, has a very strong faith-based story that goes through most of his movies.
You can tell it. You can tell it straight away without knowing that. Like I said, the word Christian, and I didn't want to kind of say that, but it's definitely very Christian. It's like one of those haunt that they have in America that are by Christians that want to like talk about, you're doing bad things and immoral acts, Like,
oh shit! It's a chit book. It's a chit film.
While you're doing drugs, bad people. Yeah, it's
okay.
I tried before this to watch it again because I hated it so much when I first watched it. Tried again and went, nah, still hate it so much. I really hate it a lot. But there is one really cool thing out of it. There is this anti-fan film on YouTube called It Follows Too Slowly. It's fun. And it's funny and it really mocks it. And so it's worth watching.
I think I know the one you mean, actually. Yeah. It's my number 4, so I agree entirely. You pretty much said everything I wanted to say.
Yeah.
And we're just judging the film, not the person. Yeah. Okay. I just want to say that because of what I said. We're judging the film, not the person, and we get impressions and we speak to the impressions. Yeah. This is not David's character that I'm speaking on. Okay. The score, the score is amazing.
I do like the score. Yeah.
The score
I'll give
is
you that. Yeah.
fantastic. One of my favorite movie scores.
I for that.
Yeah. It's very Carpenter-esque.
Yeah. It adds the emotion to the feeling of impending doom.
And I didn't know Micah before this, and I am a big Micah Monroe fan now, thanks to Longlegs. Yeah. So there is that as well. Vanessa, you've been very quiet quiet there about It Follows. How do you feel? Tell us.
I definitely agree that it is slow, and I definitely agree that I love the soundtrack. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It's just kind of there for me.
It's just there, yeah. Just floats around in the world, yeah. That's how I feel about some films, but yeah, I think because I just kind of loathe people forcing morality on me. I could see it straight away in this film. Yeah. So
go watch Heretic if you want to see how to inject religion into a movie.
Yeah.
And
so
a
obvious about that. I mean, that's the point.
Respectful way. Yeah. Aaron, It Follows. Any thoughts?
Didn't love it. Very much non-entity for me. I don't even have a strong memory of the music. I mean, I don't remember hating the music. And usually, if the music is bad, I will strongly remember it because it's a big thing for me. The music builds. It's a character in the film, so I don't have a strong memory of It Follows, which is probably as damning an indictment as you're going to get from someone like me. Very similar to Soxy. I will always try and find something good about a film.
Yeah, that is true.
I don't think I've seen it more than once.
Yeah.
I think I've
only seen it the once, but I do remember it. I remember films I dislike more than I like.
That's right. That's why I had to rewatch it before I went, oh, I don't like this, because I'm like, you can't just say that without watching it again.
Last question before we move on to Soxy's. Can you do number 4? Because that was my number 4. It Follows. Are you going to go see G Noir or anyone else? They Follow, because it is coming.
Oh, really?
The sequel's coming. Yeah.
Okay.
Look,
I will check it out. I will see.
I'll probably see it.
Streaming. I will
watch everything, and to see whether I like it or not like it. I won't just take this grandstand and go, I don't like, and I'm not going to do it. I hope for the best.
I hope for the best. I hope it's not just 4 people walking far too slowly towards someone who's going towards their next sex scene.
Yeah, we have to have sex with somebody to get rid of the devil or whatever it is.
Yeah, thank you, G Noir. Yeah, because I don't like that film. Soxy, your number 4, please.
Ooh, I'm going to go with the entire Paranormal Activity franchise. I found them somewhat captivating in the first few. I liked that they had different, especially the first film had different endings in different cinemas and different countries. It was all a bit all over the place.
The reason for that, the reason why I had different ends in that.
Yes, I love them
because the original director had made this on a shoestring budget of like $15,000 or something. Crazy cheap amount of money. But I think once Paramount got a hold of it, they put some other endings in and some other bits in, and they spent another $200,000 on just tweaking with it. So that's why you need different versions of it. But for that $15,000 that he originally put in, they ended up in the box office getting $195 million.
This went berserk.
The main reason that I say this is overrated is because I don't find it very easily rewatchable. The first time around, it's quite captivating. You get into it. You want to see what's going on. They've got like all these like different sort of the witchy sort of thing happens. And then there's like a weird spin-off where it's all in Mexico and all these things happen. But to rewatch them, I can't do it. It is so painfully just difficult to watch them again. But each to their own. I know a lot of people who love them and rewatch them regularly, and that's their thing. But I just can't do it.
I mean, the only thing I find redeemable, I guess, about it is that this was the one film that really cemented Blumhouse as
it was then. Yes,
as a production company, because he was working for Paramount at the time. He saw a lot in this film, and that set him down that path of really working on his production company. But in saying that, that's probably all we really got out of man. There's things I have to say here that the sequels were forced because it was just a guy in his house. He just put it in his house with his film set. He just worked in that. So there was no possible thought in the future for sequels. So everything that came after it was forced, and the law was forced. Concepts were forced later to try and keep this franchise that did make a lot of money going.
Yes, for the first 2. Then they go to Mecco, then they come back for Ghost Dimension, and then the new one is Amish. So I have to push back a little bit with that. The first two were that, yes?
Oh, yeah. But I mean, I think the law with the Amish and the whole thing was forced just to give you a plot, really. Meant to have more.
It's to keep a franchise going.
That's exactly. That's all.
I'll start. Okay. I don't love, but I really like Paranormal Activities. I mentioned that the Blair Witch, that was the first found footage of the new era. This is the second. This is absolutely the second.
I agree. I do have that in mind. It really found footage forward.
Yeah, definitely. And okay, I don't disagree with what you're saying. This is an acquired taste. Absolutely. This is what I call ambient horror. We've had ambient horrors recently with In a Violent Nature. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is kind of the black and white ghost version of that, as far as I'm concerned, where you basically, if you say, okay, I'm a medicinal pot user, this movie, when you're really stoned, is fantastic. You just sit there, you are just zoned in, and you're just waiting, and you're just meditating on the screen. For sometimes that's what I want. Sometimes I just want to meditate on the screen and looking for what can happen. Yes.
Yeah.
And these films are the best at doing that.
Is that a plot? Is that a story?
No, I'm not saying it's. I'm not saying it's a lot. It's a concept.
Time we're outside.
Yeah. But are we going to say that all of the horror movies that you watch, G, have marvelous plots?
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So I think the point is,
that have terrible plots, but I love them very much.
The point is that it's what you can forgive. We all forgive certain films because they don't hold up to what makes a movie. Yes. Yeah. And for me, I forgive these films because, again, I like the ambient nature of watching them, especially if I'm really high. I mean, it's not a great justification. I'm not going to give you a full analysis here, film theory wise. I just dig the vibe when I'm high. These, because I'm sure upon rewatch, it would be like Blair Witch. Yeah. Because I'm about to get into a lot of films which are held up as classics, but I argue of their time. Not for now, but they were classics of their time. And that's where I would put this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
Some classics of their time, you have to watch them as in reading books of their time. Like, we call a lot of books classics, but they're not always exactly classic, or they don't age well with the kind of stuff that they talk about in many classic novels.
I think this is what we're trying to do. And I mean, please do it with paranormal noir, absolutely. But we're trying to break the vaulted ceiling a little, because vaulted ceilings are stupid. It acts as gatekeeper. It acts as a gatekeeper to itself. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think one more last thing about paranormal.
Yes, please.
I just have to talk because it was in my notes and I won't get to talk about it exactly all the way. It's the pool, was it creepy crawly? And the creepy crawly coming out of the pool.
Yeah.
I think that was purely put there as pool owners because it is scary. Creepy crawlers are scary because they take a lot of maintenance, they cost a lot of money, and they break all the time. That was just for rich people to stress about their creepy crawlies. There you go.
Yeah. And also their children. Have a look on YouTube. Look up Paranormal Activity Part 2. There is a fan film out there on YouTube that is better than the official second part of this franchise. For real. It's actually really, we've seen it. Yeah, it's really good. And I forget the details, but check it out. G?
Yeah. And also on that note, I would say watch the little documentary, that story of Paranormal Activity. The story of Paranormal Activity. It's all about the whole financing, the whole...
I'd watch that. Yeah, thank you.
Blumhouse, the whole getting in. And so it explains all that. So it's a really great little lesson on marketing and film. So, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Are we good with paranormal? Are we done?
Yeah, we're done with that.
Okay. All right. G, Noir, get ready to speak more, and probably you too, Baron, and probably Suxy, probably all of you, because I know I'm alone in this. My number 3, top overrated horror film, and I will say it is a horror because it fits into the culture. I'm sorry, it's the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh,
no.
Musical, that doesn't count as horror. You just did that to annoy us. That's all you did that for. You're just scared to be an instigator. That's all you're doing.
Keep going. I'll start when you're finished. I'm sorry.
My question to you, Mr. Popcorn, is: are you talking about the original 1970s version,
or the remake,
or
the remake,
the movie, the 70s movie?
There's
okay,
two.
all right, just checking.
But all
there's
of
two
it.
films. People don't realize there's two films to that.
I don't care. This movie is corny. musicals suck. This movie is corny. The ending is ridiculous. Let's just give up writing the script. And I've had to bite my tongue with everyone dressing up, throwing rice, having little parties, going to see it for the 576th time. Nah, this movie is as bad as...
I'm so going to invite you to a Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'm going to have it just for you. I don't even want to have one.
That's all
I don't even want one. I'm going to have one just for you.
Well, I couldn't disagree more. Like, it is one of my top favorite films, but each to their own. I can understand how not everyone loves
I'm alone. It's just like me and the Beatles. I'm alone.
I definitely think I definitely think that the sequel Shock Treatment was probably not the greatest film ever, and I really didn't like the remake. I really tried to.
It was a remake, wasn't there?
Yeah.
I
suffered.
watched it.
Put that out into the back.
I like the concept of the beginning of the remake where they're all going to the cinema to sort of watch the Rocky Horror Picture Show, but then it kind of like, it almost reminded me of is it a made-for-TV movie? Because it certainly reminded me of one.
It was, yeah.
Okay.
It went straight to streaming, didn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Could have, yeah, so it had some interesting concepts. I liked that it was a transgender actress, I believe, who played Frankenfurter. I liked the concept of that. I don't think it was executed very well, unfortunately. The use of these days, it could have been done instead. It was not. It made it cheesy when it didn't have to be cheesy. Where the original is cheesy, of course it's cheesy, Gene. That's what it's meant to be cheesy. Calling you out right there, sitting in your footy.
Did I say I like cheese? Did I say I like cheese at all? Apart from the actual food, which is my favorite.
I think for me, the film was part of my childhood. It was my mother, my grandmother, everyone that I had in my family loved it. I was shown it. Another film that I was shown way too early, didn't understand most of the concepts of it.
Yeah.
Used to dress up as Frankenfurter, for do shows. My sister had to play all the female parts. I had to play all the boy parts because I knew Frankenfurter was one of the boy characters. He was the lead. So I have a huge affection for it for that reason. It's part of my childhood. I don't think that's the idea, but that's what it is.
And I continue to hold my tongue for the next 10 years.
Come at me.
Okay, next. I'm in danger of my well-being. Next. It's Vanessa.
Oh, my turn again. Well, I'm going to go with 2021's Old. I did not love that film.
Okay.
I found like it was very, very hyped at the time that it was being released.
Yeah, it was.
Everything from the wooden acting to the fact that I just felt like everything that sort of happens to do with the horror aspect sort of happens, a lot of it off screen.
Yeah.
It could have been such a disturbing, amazing, terrifying film, and then it just kind of, they dialed it so far back. And then the ending, it just never ended. Every time I thought it's finally going to end.
That.
And then it
I hate that.
Going and going. And it just wasn't for me.
So you did all the endings. And then
Return of the King syndrome with the ending there. Yeah. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen Old. I doubt I will, to be perfectly honest. Concept-wise, and I heard the reports, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. Yeah. Baron, Old?
Poor old M. Night Shyamalan's not giving it.
No, he's getting hit. He's getting hit, isn't he?
Look, honestly, the trailer I thought was amazing. I really enjoyed the trailer, so I went to see it at the cinema and was not impressed. I've not revisited it. I would agree, it's not a great movie. No shade on anyone that worked on it.
All that.
It's not a classic. But
we don't hate you, M. Night.
No.
I don't think he cares. Like, I don't really. I don't think
he cries himself to sleep on a big bag of money.
That's right. About our opinion.
But look, it is loved by people. I don't think it's a very good movie. The concept was great when it felt like it was a episode of The Twilight Zone, maybe. Like you could get a 40-minute episode of The Twilight Zone out of this. I don't think it needed the feature film treatment.
Yeah, short films are a good thing. Don't shy away from short films. I guess they don't make money is the thing. thing. But, it's a great format. You can really concisely convey a concept, like Night Swim, the short film, for example.
Short film. Amazing.
If something could be a short film.
Yeah.
You could
It's not a bad thing. It's not brevity. It's a good thing. Yeah. But yeah, fair there, Vanessa. That is fair. I'll let you know if I ever watch it. Sorry, M. Night. Baron, we're up to your number 2.
Up to number 3.
Okay, after you, please.
My 3. So my number 3 is The Grudge. Now, before you start fighting me, I don't mean Ju-on The Grudge. I mean the American remake of Ju-on The Grudge.
I agree
with Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
And Bill Pullman, like it's got a cast of amazing actors, but they tried to make an American film out of a Japanese product in Japan. What they should have done if they were going to do an American version of The Grudge is set it in America, just have American actors in it. Like I get that you're basing it on a Japanese myth, but there's no reason why a Japanese myth couldn't happen in America. So it really didn't know what it was. So it was either a Japanese myth or it was an American movie or it was American people in Japan who didn't understand. It just
this is true for all of the versions. Like all
it was a
of
mess.
the Japanese movies that get done by American. Like I don't know, I'm not just calling you all Americans. Like it sounded very angry there. But The Ring, Dark Water, like all of it. Like,
that was garbage.
But The Ring was
good.
good.
That they have in the Japanese versions is so lost in the translation.
The Ring was good. I enjoyed The Ring, and I watched The Grudge on the basis of The Ring. And they captured lightning in a bottle with The Ring, not Ringu, The Ring. But then they tried to do it with Dark Water and this, and it just was a mess.
Yeah, The Ring had the same director as Ringu, same Japanese dude came across to America to do it. That's why that one worked for people. Yeah, that's why that one worked for people. Dark Water, there's this, that was bad, the American. But anyway, Georgina, where are we up to with you? What number?
Where are we up to with me?
Because we've had double ups. So, Gina, your number 2, top 5 overrated horrors. What is it?
Oh, shit, sorry.
Snap.
I can't see shit. Can you pause again? Hang on. I gotta find them.
That's all right. No, that's okay. We can keep vamping. See, I've got glasses too. I don't wear them. They're not prescription. They're just ones I found. And it's because I don't have prescriptions. Hello. I like horror. Yes, you like horror.
Bane of my existence, needing to be able to see.
And then you get a head spin after it.
Oh, yeah, that running gave me a head spin.
All right, what is it? Speak.
All right, it is The Conjuring.
Oh, okay. This is your number 2. Ooh, go, please.
Fundamentally, all down to the whole Warren in general.
Okay. Okay. This is an episode. Carry on.
Yeah, it is an episode.
It is. Yeah.
The Warrens, they are not ghost hunters. They are people that have taken advantage of many people throughout their entire career.
Time to this day, they make bank off the movies to this day.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that down to even Amityville, as well, which I was tossing between the two kind of ideas of both of these. And it is mainly because of that. I just cannot finance people that are these kind of people. And the fact that it has become part of our popular culture, the whole Conjuring, the Annabelle, whole idea, as people have a belief that it's
a universe. It's a cinematic universe. Yeah,
it is that this is true event. Also, just not taking away from the actual films themselves, they're just teen horror. They're your first horror, the first horror you go and see with your girlfriend, boyfriend. It's jump scares. There's not a lot of substance to the actual films themselves, and nothing more than that is really my reasoning. Is I just find them boring as films because of that. They're just generalized jump scare films that I do not find joy in.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Certainly on the political angle, I'm not going to argue that because they really, really are.
No.
As far in terms of the films, there I enjoy them on a popcorn level. I'm not going to tell them to be more than they are, but I mean the Warrens, F them. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
We want to put this in some kind of reality, which there's no real reality there that it's being grabbed from. When people talk about the Annabelle 2 touring at the moment go, don't open the box. I'm like, oh my God.
You've got a thing here. There's a pattern emerging with real life events and how it's conveyed fictionally on the screen. I've noticed there, G Noir. How do you feel about scumbags making films that you like?
I mean,
rather than just films about scumbags.
Or just like people that are scumbags in general. I mean, if you paint them out to be the scumbags that they are.
Yeah, but what if a scumbag makes a film?
I mean, that's
art and artist separation. That's what I'm asking.
That is with everything, really. There's a lot of musical artists and stuff that are not great people. There's a lot of people that. I mean, as artists, we're not perfect beings. There's definitely bad guys everywhere. So it is. I sometimes don't want to go. I'm not going to watch the film because you're a piece.
But let's not celebrate pieces of shit.
Let's not celebrate pieces of shit.
Yeah. Okay.
And maybe it's not to be these heroes, but yeah.
It's a very difficult subject because while I definitely don't want to be supporting, if I know someone's a scumbag, I don't want to support them. If it's a film or a piece of music that I want to see or listen to, especially with physical media, I try to pick it up secondhand so then the money isn't going towards the scumbag.
Yeah, it's a tricky
one.
I
don't endorse illegal downloads, but I understand sometimes it's what some people may do to view things if they don't want to support. And it's also, it's such a difficult thing because especially now, there's a lot of people who have been in the industries for a long time. And sometimes there'll be a song that is tied to a time in your life when it helped you. And it's so difficult just to go, I'm going to now cut that thing out of my life that was such a big part of who I am today, or it helped me through this thing. It's very, very difficult, but I understand both sides.
Yeah, I understand both sides. Yeah.
If we look back to the concept of the Brat Pack or James Bond films or like that, fundamentally, terrible fucking human.
Yes.
That's where you're like, we let them get away with it at the time, but they say they didn't know better. Oh, you didn't know.
The thing is, this is all within the industry of film. And if we look at the history of film and the industry of film itself, it's not great. It's a dark place, dark history. Yeah. Well, it's just food for thought at this stage, just food for thought. So thank you there, G. I guess it's my number 2. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now, we just spoke a lot about The Grudge and the American Grudge. And we spoke about the director basically trying to transpose the Japanese approach in America. We talked about the director. I mentioned the director of The Ring, how he took his concept of Ringu over to America and Americanized it. And that's why The Ring is my number 2. That's the American 2022 version. Sorry. When Ringu and Grudge came out, when Japanese horror hit New Zealand, I was in love. I thought this is amazing, these concepts, and also just the style of the edit, their timing, the way they pull up tension. I hadn't seen anything like it before. I knew poetry from them, and I saw their poetry reflected in their cinema, in their horror cinema.
Oh, so absolutely.
And
totally in love.
And stuff that was not, Western culture devils. It was
all of that. Remember
such a rich cultural history.
Remember the 3 trilogies, the anthology films? There was 2 of them. That stuff was amazing. And so with The Ring, for me, sorry, Scream Queen, I think we've discussed this before anyway, with The Ring, the Americanized version, with the memory, I call them memory arrows, where they go, hey, this bit, remember this bit, calling back to this bit. Okay, you're on the same page. Okay, we can carry on now. Don't want that. Don't need it. Don't want it. It's called, there's ambiguity for a reason. It leads to the atmosphere because these things you don't understand, and what you don't understand you fear, and you're just sinking in it. That's the skill of it. Doing big flashy cut scenes with flashback to this, and she's standing on the boat. And by the way, the hair, that's because of not to lose face. It's about shame. Yeah. So Americans just saw, the hair's another monster. No, that's not
right. Yeah.
All of that is why. I mean, I know this is a very beloved film for a generation, though. So please, I am aware of that. I'm just saying that it didn't work for me, the Americanized version. Yeah.
They have to be the Japanese or nothing for these.
Most of the time. Yeah.
to watch Japanese subtitles because Japanese is spoken in such a way that it's not like watching a French film. You're like, oh god, what's going on?
I'm French. Hear me talk. Hear me speak. Blah 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 blah. No.
Yeah, Japanese
they speak concisely.
You're getting it anyway.
Yeah.
You don't need another version of it. Yeah.
Anyone else agree? Disagree? The Ring 2022.
Look, I enjoyed out of the Americanized Japanese horror films they brought out. The Ring was my favorite.
Okay.
Having said that, watch Ringu instead.
Yeah.
I definitely prefer the Japanese, but I had fun with the Americanized. I don't think it's a great film, but on that level, I was a teenager when it came out, and
I get
my
that.
friends were terrified
of it. I totally get that.
Whatever they can.
Kids go back now and watch Nightmare on Elm Street, the original, and go, huh? Scared you? There's these wobbly arms going down an alleyway.
The wobbly arms.
Yeah, so I get it.
But that wasn't like, founded in some old world law, was it?
Sure. Anyway, that's The Ring. Soxy, do you have a number 2?
Oh, so this will be my number 1 unless I think of another film.
All right.
2021's We're All Going to the World's Fair.
I didn't see that.
Has anyone seen G, have you seen this?
I watched half of it and I had to turn it off.
Oh, God.
I haven't seen I know what it is. It's from the director of I Saw the TV Glow.
I've seen it up on my streaming gun. I have to revisit that and see if it's worth finishing. And clearly it's
I went into this film blind. I knew nothing about it. I don't think that would have mattered, honestly. The majority of the film seems to be a character laying on a bed, watching TV. There's a lot of sitting around outside. Nothing happens. It was honestly just a lot of just watching someone. It was a very repetitive, the same things over and over again. There was one scene which was I think it was a boy who was watching a screen and a hand comes out and pulls him through it. That was probably the highlight of film for me. I'd rather see what that was about than the actual story. I did not get the concept of it at all. It's only later on there was an interview with the director that said it was about transgenderism. I didn't get that at all from the film. I think that is a fantastic concept. I'd rather see a film that was more directly about that, even if it is a horror, than what we got out of this film. I know some people who love it. No shade on the director. It was great for what it was, but it just wasn't for me. It was very monotonous.
Of it, I thought I was going to get some Channel Zero kind of, weirdness, which I love that whole thing. I love things that like get me in this weird place where, like Jean said, the past film, like I don't understand, but I'm in this place and I'm happy here. I have to understand it. But yeah, no, that did not.
Okay, Vanessa, the director of what is the full title of the film? We're All Going to the World's Fair is Jane Schoenbrunn. Jane, I've seen interviews with Jane. Jane is queer. And they directed I Saw the TV Glow, which is being celebrated as a queer film. Do you think the World's Fair was the warm-up, working out ideas to I Saw the TV Glow? Because you mentioned being pulled through the TV there.
Yeah, I definitely think it was. I definitely think that TV Glow is definitely a better film. Yeah, I guess that
just throwing it out there. But
World's Fair.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that.
Okay.
Oh,
is it like what was that movie? Skinkerabink? What was it called?
Oh, Skinamarink?
That's the one. Skibbity Doo Inc. Is it like that? You're just walking around kind of trying to figure out what you're looking at?
No, I wouldn't say so. It's really just it's just a film that kind of focuses on this main character, and they're talking about something to do with something goes on in the screen, and they're literally just watching static on a screen, and
it sounds too vibesy for
me.
It sounds like just feel the vibes.
And I was not feeling those vibes.
I Saw the TV Glow, which I find is a bit more of a youth culture film.
Yeah.
Okay.
More of a kid film. We've got a lot more of that now, like kids horror.
YA stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
But that gave me more of that Channel Zero kind of vibe. Which I feel like is where they were going to try and go with that other one, but they didn't nail it.
It didn't get there.
Okay. Cool choice. How are we up to looking? Baron, is this your number?
It's my number 2.
2, please.
So my number 2 in this list is Cloverfield.
Ooh, yeah.
It sucks. Terrible. I agree.
mean,
But so many people love it.
I'll watch it because like there's a cool monster, but that's
I like how it captured society. Like at the beginning, when you see the Statue of Liberty's head lands in the street, and everyone just gets out their phone. I could see that happening. But the film itself, it had so much potential, and it didn't quite get there. But the is it the prequel, sequel, bidquel, whatever it is with John Goodman, amazing.
Equal. They call it equal, where it happens at the same time.
Okay.
10 Cloverfield Lane.
What was the spaceship one though? That one freaking sucks. Like that one is when they're in the spaceship.
I don't know. I know this one.
I know the one you mean. They did a
sequel
sequel to it as well.
That one. I forget that one exists.
Yeah, and
I was like, straight to Netflix, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. How does it have anything to do with any of this? How is it part of this like franchise? I don't know.
I think they're talking about making another one that's I suppose is going to bridge the gap, maybe. But
maybe.
Just go to Star Wars Abrams or something. Just yeah.
But it was so something nothing in that like it was great.
Yeah.
There's cool monsters. Can't really see them. And we're not really going to tell you too much about the background. So realistically, there's no threat. And by the way, we don't care about anything.
Yeah. Georgina, you were talking about certain movies with the lack of plot get to you. This is one that gets to me. This was just noise and chaos, basically, for an hour and a half, 2 hours, however long. Yeah.
I mean, basically, it's a disaster film, right? It's just, which they have their place,
Sure.
And all that stuff. But
you've got to have quiet moments of introspection where you get to know the people affected by this disaster, then go back into this disaster. You're with them. The stakes are higher, not just for an hour and a half.
They're taking advantage of the whole found footage situation.
Yes, they are.
I famously have a problem with the ending of The Mist, Stephen King's The Mist, or should I call it Frank Darabont's The Mist, based on actual novella. Having said that, The Mist is the superior version of this story.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. Yeah.
I'd give you that. Yeah. I'd give you that. Yeah. But good choice. Cloverfield. Ugh.
Yeah, Cloverfield.
Ugh.
Yeah, never thought to hate that.
Yeah, nice. All right, number 2, Gina Watt.
I can't remember where we are now.
Have you got 2 left?
Would have 2 left, but this would have been my second last or last film. We've had doubles up here, so we started from 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But we'll just say we'll say number 1. All right, for this.
So this is number 1. All right, top overrated horror film.
Number 1. I know what you did last summer. And I know it's a big deal.
That's my dishonorable mention.
Right.
My dishonorable mention.
I'm clapping for that one.
I know it's going to become a big deal soon. The next one's coming out. All that. Everyone's going to be talking about this. And I think it was just a child of its time. It was just on the back of all slasher films.
Scream. Yeah.
Yeah. Slasher films were in. And we needed to get something out really quickly that would go with this whole slasher love at the time.
It was too late to the bandwagon.
It really was.
Who's got big boobs? Spin around in a circle 2 or 3 times in the movie.
What are you waiting for?
I mean, your bad guy is just some poor dude that works at the docks. It's like,
It's anti the working class.
Bad guy.
It's anti-working class.
He's just a dude in a slicker with
it's bougie.
It's very old world campfire ghost stories. You just went, okay, slasher, that'll do. Yeah. Let's put this together. And then we'll have a film. We'll put some teenagers in it, and that's our film. So it could have been more if it couldn't have been. It was just something.
It was what it was. Yeah.
To just make some money.
Look, I agree. It is overrated. I actually really enjoy this one. I was always surprised that we got 2 sequels out of it.
I was surprised.
What's that?
I was very surprised.
But I definitely agree. It's not a great film, but I had a lot of fun with it. It's just cheesy, silly, and I like the hook with the hand. That sort of story goes far back in
really
horror.
Yeah, it does.
Stories.
Yeah.
It's not theirs, and that's what I don't like about it. It's not theirs. It's not your story. You didn't make your bad guy in this. You just stole some campfire story and just threw it in there because slashers are making money right now with Scream and even Urban Legend.
It's better. Urban Legend's better. Final Destination's better. Scream's certainly better.
Yeah, and Scream was a lot of money in the box office, and there we go. I know what you.
I'm gonna put this out there, but I think that Shriek, If You Know What I Did Last Friday the 13th, is a better film.
I love that film.
What on earth is that?
I'm not finished.
It came out about the same time as Scary Movies, so I think a lot of people missed it.
It's one of these
but
ones.
it's very similar as well to Scary Movie. But definitely recommend it.
Let's put it on the list.
Yeah,
we've got because we've got Scary Movie 6, I think, in the not too distant future.
It's about time. It's about time they came back. We need to.
There's so much material. So
many films that have come out recently that they keep work with.
Yeah, absolutely.
I look forward to stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, cool. Okay. If you think of another one there, Soxy, let us know. So, I believe we're up to me with my number 2. No, I did number 2 with The Ring. It's actually my number 1. Okay. Children of Popcorn. It's been good. Baron, it's been nice to know you. My number 1 top overrated horror is I'm sorry, it's Steven Spielberg's Jaws.
I'm going to be that person and say it's actually a thriller, not a horror.
It's the prototype slasher. It's the prototype slasher.
Yeah.
To counteract you there. I'm sorry. Yes, again, I've been speaking about classics for their time, and I understand entirely why this film is. I understand how film works. Yeah. And the industry works. Of course, I get it. Watching it. I know, Barry. Yeah. I know.
It's one of my favorite films of all time.
Watching it, sorry. It's one of those 70s film where you have grown men standing around in rooms shouting at each other. That's pretty much the majority of the action, yeah? And I understand behind the scenes what happened with the shark, but on screen it was not effective, even when the final big reveal did not sell it for me. I found the guys on the boat corny, especially, was it Burt Reynolds, who was the old, that shark, what the Simpsons, remember the Simpsons took that off doing the same thing? That's where they got it from, is this movie. Yeah, Jaws, again, respect out the zoo.
I agree. It definitely comes under overrated film. It definitely comes under overrated. Everyone had to watch it, right? It's one of those things that they put on at 8:30 at night on a school night. Everybody had to watch this film, so everybody knows it. But there's some good aspects, but it is definitely an overrated film.
It's just me. This is with the Beatles and Rocky Horror. This is just me. Yeah,
I'll get you on Shark, and I'll lean and whatever.
But Baron, please speak so I know our friendship is okay.
No, how dare you? No, everybody's opinion is valid, and it's not for everyone. It just so happens that Rocky Horror Picture Show and Jaws I saw really early. Like they were my formative opinions.
I didn't see these films early. I'm as old as you, but I didn't see them.
Clearly, we all had bad parents, and James was actually really good.
For me, it was my cousin supplying all these films. So shout out to him.
So for me, my parents were running the Crown Hotel in Toowoomba, and the people that owned the building that the pub was in also owned part of the block, and in that block was Video Game Arcade and then the Strand Cinema in Toowoomba. So that was all owned by one person.
Right.
And because we ran the pub, I would get free games at the arcade, and I would get in any time I wanted to any movie at the cinema.
Best job in the world.
That's amazing.
Which is why when I was 7, I saw the Rocky Horror Picture Show and Jaws.
Okay. 7.
Wonderful.
Oof. Yeah. I get why Jaws scares people as well. Yeah, I'm not afraid of sharks, but I get it.
Early, I think.
I am. I am. I have rippling cilantro phobia.
Dangerous Animals is going to destroy destroy you, bro.
Yeah, I
All due
look forward
respect.
to hearing what you have to
All
say
due
about them.
respect, yeah. Because
I have
those
more problems
sharks,
with-
yeah.
I have more problems with alligators in my pool because of Alligator, the movie.
I love it. Is an
Alligators in my
amazing
pool.
movie.
I thought,
And the
you know,
sequel
I
of
get
this-
sharks in the pool, but an alligator was in the pool, and then
So, yeah, no,
I don't have-
if
Baron,
a
please.
body of water could conceivably hold a shark, regardless of whether I know a shark could be there or not,
yeah,
I still have to
Mhm.
look behind me.
yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Now,
I see why this
I'll
movie
reveal
would
something.
affect you. Mhm.
I'll reveal something even further, and I've worked out this is where it comes from. So I saw Jaws on the Saturday. On the Sunday was that of that weekend was my swimming certificate test.
Mm.
And one of the things that we had to do in the swimming certificate test is we had to swim fully clothed 2 lengths of an Olympic-sized swimming pool as quickly as possible. The whole time that I was doing that, the swimming teacher was screaming at us from the side of the pool. There was probably 4 or 5 of us screaming at us, "Go faster, go
shark behind
faster. There's a shark behind you."
Oh,
It's so funny, Scott, because before you said that, I used to train as a swimmer for most of my youth, and they used to use that as an example as
Yeah.
well. It must be
Mm.
something that they're told to do. Pretend that there's a shark chasing you.
Yeah.
Make you go faster.
Yeah. Fucked me up.
Terrible.
I
Full
bet.
life.
This is why
This
we're
is-
Gen Xers, right?
This is growing up in Australia as well, I think. Yeah, a little bit, because we didn't have that. No, we didn't have that.
Right.
You know,
Look at
a
the crack behind
tummy fa,
Yeah.
a power patty, a
The kiwi.
flounder,
No, I know, I know.
a kiwi, yes, the killer kiwi.
Yeah, there's
know,
a
they're-
wetter behind you.
You know, kiwis are blind as well. Yeah, they're blind. They can't
Poor
fly.
thing.
They're the most useless
They
animal.
really don't deserve to live, but they should know.
Okay, well, that wasn't as painful as I thought, but yeah, my number one is Jaws.
You got away with it.
I did get away.
I did accidentally do that thing that we'd all watched it so young, Jaws, that I went to show Zam's son when he was about 6 or 7, it as well. And we got to the first kill and he nearly mentally broke down. I'm like, ooh. that's
Okay.
kids
okay.
these days don't take those
Come on.
films as much as
He
we
still
did.
remembers it. So he still remembers that's what I did to him.
Just a side note, if you've never seen it, Children of the Popcorn, go watch his movie before that called Duel, Duel.
Yeah.
It's really good. Steven Spielberg, and it's basically about this guy getting away from this big ass truck that won't stop following him on the road. The tension, the pace is excellent. It's excellent. It's a great, great film. Probably my favorite Steven Spielberg film, if you will. is
Yeah.
Duel. Yeah, yeah. Do we have any number ones left? Where are we up to?
I do.
I've lost track.
You know what? Oh.
The Baron. All right. What's your
Uh-huh.
number one, please?
My number one, and this is probably gonna people are gonna hate me for it, but that's okay. Not necessarily you people, but people out there.
Mhm.
You general.
That's why we
Rosemary's Baby.
Ooh,
Mm.
interesting. That's
That's
an
not cool for
interesting.
me.
Because I wasn't that fussed with it either, but it is. This is up there with The Exorcist and The Omen.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
Omen, and all that sort
Yeah.
of thing. It's a formative horror, but it's
Yeah.
just so dour.
And it's dull. It's dour and it's dull. Yeah, it's too long.
It's got no life to it. Like there's a horror movie, you have to want to live. And Rosemary Baby, every time I've tried to watch it, just sucks the life out of me. And it's like, I just want to watch something else that I'm going to have some fun with.
But I really think that's like what's happening to the character. You know, I feel like you're feeling what's happening.
I know.
That's where she is, and that's her lot in life.
Yeah.
Where like what's happening is what's making me feel that. You know?
For me, there wasn't enough evil because Exorcist is just as slow as this. The Omen's just
Yeah.
as slow.
But there's more. evil.
Amityville Horror is a TV movie.
Yeah.
There was. I mean, there wasn't enough of the. They never did enough with the presence of evil. It was just.
Yeah.
It was just. They all decided that this presence exists, but they really filmically did not show that until
No,
the
they
end.
did.
I do think it's like a deconstruction of this woman's innocence until she's broken down.
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
It's not a bad film. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's not a
Yeah.
bad film.
yeah, and so the whole thing is, in a sense, psychological. It's to bring her down. She doesn't know what's what anymore, and makes her the perfect vessel then. For
Do you like the film, Georgina?
I do like the film because
You
of
do
that.
like-
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm in
Oh,
the same
okay.
boat.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
it's again, definitely a film of its time. It's women aren't in this place where this character is anymore. So it's almost impossible to, have her being forced to do all these things that she doesn't know what to do.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Leave everybody out, but it's not me.
Not in Australia. Not here, anyway. No,
Yeah,
you'll get kicked in the nuts.
Exactly.
You'll get kicked in the nuts if you try it here.
That's right. But we feel for that character in that sense that, she is weak for a reason because she is naive and she is manipulated completely throughout the film to basically just be this vessel.
Is this a good for her film then? Because we've got a gender split with this film pretty much.
No, I don't feel like this is good for her. I think it just doesn't work out well for her in the end, does it?
No. What am I saying? Actually, what am I saying? Yeah.
There is a number 2 to this, which is like off the hook, and it's just weird.
What about the son or something?
That is just weird.
There's also a
Julia Garner
remake. There was they turned it into a mini series as well in I want to say 2014. I think the film was better personally.
It's Julia Garner. That's her name. The blonde curly hair from Ozark. Yeah. Anyone? Yes. Thank you. Apartment 408. Now this is
very similar to it.
Isn't it about the neighbor? Isn't it about Rosemary's Neighbor?
Oh, is that what it is? Because I got Rosemary's Baby's vibes from that, and I was just saying to Sam, like, this just seems like exactly Rosemary's Baby, but
it's connected, Georgina. It's directly connected. I'm just bringing it up here
like the
now.
Weird, creepy neighbors that took on responsibility for her, which they did in the original film.
The film is Apartment 74, 2024 American psychological horror.
So the film I was thinking of is the sequel, Look What's Happened to Rosemary's Baby from 1976.
Yeah, that's the weird one. That's the one with the son. Yeah.
Apartment 74 is a prequel to Rosemary's Baby.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm going to rewatch that in that vein.
Yeah. Watch it in that vein. Yeah, because I want to watch it because Garner rules. I'll watch anything she's in. But good choice though. Got a good discussion out of there because Ugly Stepsister is going to be not gender divided, but it's going to be about gender. Ugly Stepsister. Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. Beauty standards and gender.
Oh, yes.
You see the similarities to the substance. She never saw the substance, the director, before she created the film, but then she watched it afterward. Yeah, okay, but shut up.
I don't really see the connection as such.
The points there was synthwave parts in the film, the dancing. It was modernized, little touches.
The same subject as well,
I think that's what they're connecting. It's a loose connection. It really is.
It really is a loose connection. It's like if we gave us all a certain character to do something about, and we all wrote a story about that character, that'd all be about that character, but it'd be a little different. But they'd all
let these films. I
think that's what you're doing here. You're just trying to
let these films exist on their own as well. Because if we lump all films about body standards and gender issues together, it lessens the issue. You know what I mean? Because it takes away many voices and makes it one homogenized whole. That's not the point. There are many voices in this. Yeah.
Right.
Honestly, though, how do we know that the maker of the substance didn't watch Body Melt?
There is that. We have to.
Everything is inspired by something else.
Speaking of, have you seen about the lawsuit with the film Together that's coming out soon?
I heard it vaguely. Yes, go.
Yeah,
please.
they're being sued by the makers of Better Half, which came out a few years ago. It turns out that some people involved in Together originally had the script for Better Half. They dropped off the film, and they're saying it's a virtually shot-for-shot remake. Apparently, even there's like a point in the film where they pick up like a record, like a music record, and it's even the same record in both films,
guys,
which is apparently not even anything to do with the plot.
Literally the same prop, or
it's the same album that they pick up, and it has nothing to do with the plot of either film. Apparently, it'll be very interesting to see what happens with this lawsuit. I still hope that we get to see Together. I'd love to.
I want to see that. The trailer
the two
looks
for
great.
myself.
The trailer looked great.
But yes, I haven't seen the original film that they're being sued by, which I do look forward to checking out though, because I would like to see the comparisons between the two for myself. Absolutely. But if these allegations are true, I'm very sad to hear it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, good God, people, don't do that.
Probably
No.
inspiration versus
Yeah.
copy. It's a fine line time.
That hurts the genre.
Yeah.
That hurts the genre doing that sort of thing.
It
Don't do
does.
that. Yeah. Oh, ouch. Is that everyone?
Yeah.
Honorable
so.
mentions,
Nothing
I
else.
guess. Honorable mention. Didn't
Well,
you have one left
I did
over
my
or something?
dishonorable mention, which is I know what you did last summer.
Dishonorable, yes.
Yeah.
I
My
can't.
dishonorable was
Yeah.
Amityville Horror because it went down the
Yeah,
same
sure.
line.
Yeah, okay.
And, you know, it was just basically a true crime, which you just so people have been murdered in a family, and you've turned it into something supernatural. Which
The book's much
Mm.
creepier movie.
I
Yeah,
agree.
read the books, yeah.
I really didn't like in the second book how they changed the ending of first book. I understand why they did it, but nah, I thought the original ending in the first book so much better than that damn rewrite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I agree.
Shall we have a look? We'll have a look at our children's comments on what they feel are the most overrated
yeah.
films. Let me bring up those.
I went to go and see The Ballerina.
Yeah, speak,
the
please.
newest John Wick
Oh,
universe.
yeah.
It's really good.
I'm going to go see it at the theatre. Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I will
yeah.
too.
Well, see, I never got into the whole John Wick universe, which I should.
I love it. No, I love it. Yeah.
This would be your entry into it, Gina.
Yeah, right.
It's
Okay.
female led. It is very good. And at no point does she need no man to save her.
Yeah, like that. You didn't.
Okay.
No.
Along the same lines while I'm doing this in terms of dark action, there is horror and there is romance. It's all of those genres combined. It's called The Gorge. You've probably seen it on your streamers. I believe it's on Prime. It's very John Wicky in terms of the color schemes. You know how basically everything has cobalt blue, like cold blue, and then that magenta pink. Like look at 8 out of 10 films, they have this lighting scheme now. That's all throughout this film.
Yeah.
It's getting a bit overboard, but I do like it. This is a vibe film that actually works. It is a horror romance that actually works. Anna Taylor-Joy and the guy, whoever he is, are really good.
Miles
It's really fun. Thank you. It's really fun, and it's just a good chill-out film. If you want a chill-out, non-stressed film that will keep you visually engaged, and you really like the characters, yeah, I would go for The Gorge.
And Sigourney Weaver, like horror royalty.
Yeah, she's in it. Of course. My apologies. Of course. Yeah. And The Wrath of Becky is also good as well. That's a action, ultra-violent franchise where a 16-year-old girl kills Nazis. It's awesome. And Kate Siegel, that's Mike Flanagan's wife. Yeah. She wants to create a number.
She's on there.
She wants to create a number 3 because she came in at the end of part 2. She's joined the franchise because she loves Becky and she's going to use her clout to make it a thing. Yeah. Okay. Comments. Do we have any?
Oh,
I'm sure someone did somewhere.
I think Court, which is a friend of mine that we work with at
Yeah.
Evil
Yeah.
We said, what is the counter to The Conjuring, the other one? Insidious.
Oh, yes, he said they were all overrated.
I mean, they're all in the same boat.
Yes, yeah. There's part of the Conjuring universe.
No, it's not. Insidious is a part.
Yes, it's part of the Conjuring universe. Yes, it's classed as. Yeah, look it up.
Look it up. Wow.
Sorry, being cheeky. Can anyone else find any other comments?
Having a look. Someone posted here that Mr. Popcorn's completely wrong about Jaws and Rocky Horror.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, already. We are live.
They are very.
Okay. So, thank you, Court.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Any recommendations, I guess, just quickly? Georgina, please.
Predator Killer of Killers.
Oh, yes.
That was great, wasn't it?
You've all watched
Loved
it.
it.
Okay, I need to see it. I might watch it tonight then.
Yeah.
I up until the Predator Killer of Killers, Prey was my favorite Predator film of all time. This film tells Prey to hold its beer.
Oh,
Yeah, I've
really?
literally been quoting you on that and saying to people that a friend of mine said exactly what you said there. I've been using you as a quote because that explains it quite well. And it's great. Although a friend of mine said, can I show this to my child because it's animated? And I'm like,
Depends on the
Probably
kid.
not. It does depend on the kid.
yeah, like, no, he hasn't done any other horror. I think people have this opinion that just because something's animated, it is
Child friendly, and it's not.
No.
it's child friendly. And
Go watch Midori.
told me had to watch Watership Down.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite childhood films.
It's child friendly. Yeah.
And also anime.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, how much fucked up shit is in that?
Old school ninja scroll going on there.
Or Rotsukido.
Yeah, but point being, they're all animated. Have you ever seen Legend of the Overfeed? It's incredibly messed up.
Yeah.
Roxy, in my grade 3 class, when we had our talent show for the school, our teacher got us to sing Bright Eyes.
Oh.
So then I tracked down.
Every time. I have it on vinyl.
I sing it around the house to this day. I sing it around the house. I was traumatized.
We have the Black Rabbit of Death tattooed over here.
Oh, we should do that movie. We should watch it.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch it again.
Yeah, man. It's the Gen X trauma classic.
Yeah.
Go back and, for those who haven't, go back and read the book. It actually has a bunch of sequels in the book series. If you're really into it, go immerse yourself into that whole world. And it's been redone now twice as a miniseries. So there was an animated series that is very, very child friendly. It's it came out in I want to say the late 90s. I haven't seen it in a long time. It's quite different from the original story in its own way. And then of course there's a Netflix series which I enjoyed. I thought I think it was sort of like a weird 3D animation. It wasn't as well put together in that way, but definitely go check it out.
I mean,
and the Goodies did an episode.
Yeah, right. Yes, great film.
Goodies.
Of course they did. Goodies. I got to rewatch that.
Oh,
sorry, Gina, I interrupted you. What were you saying?
I mean, like I was saying to Vanessa, in saying that it's traumatic, it's still beautiful. But there is no real beauty without pain, being very dramatic. Right? That it gives you this sense of their urgency and their plight. People like to say that the writer said that it didn't have anything to do with it, but the exodus of the Jews against the Germans.
Yeah.
Underlining about the whole storyline.
I can see that.
Yeah.
So if anyone does enjoy that, the book by the same writer, there was also a film adaptation by the original people who made the original Watership Down film, is The Plague Dog. Definitely do not show that one to your children. It will scar them for life. I believe the original book was used in school curriculums. The original ending was left open, and so many children were distressed by that back in the day. They actually did a rewrite where they added an extra page to the book to give it a more happy ending.
It all ended up happy in everybody.
That film is chilling in its own way.
Yeah.
All right, have you seen When the Wind Blows or read it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's in that same category as well, isn't it?
Yeah, don't show that one to your kids.
No.
Fantastic. Thank you. I'm going to check this out. That's a dark name, The Plague Dogs. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's the premise is it's dogs in a facility where they're testing on animals. They're going to kill them. They're going to incinerate them, but they get out, and then basically it goes over the air that there's these dogs and they might have the plague. So stay away from them if we're going to. And then everyone's hunting these poor dogs down. It turns out pretty sure they don't even have it. At least we don't know for sure. And
so it comes down to this propaganda kind of.
Yeah. And oh my God, especially there's 2 dogs. There's a big one, a little one. The little dog has the worst luck in the entire world.
Not anymore.
Just lost my tissues. It's a film I watched kid. I'm not sure I should have, but it's had such an impact on me, and I'm all for animal rights. And
actually, will have to watch it. Like I will watch it, and I will cry, and I will come after you.
Wait, maybe we should do a discussion on it. It would be.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh boy,
it hits us hard. Yeah, and it's one I don't think a lot of people know about nowadays. So I think that's important. I watched, what is it called? It's What's Inside, the game horror. I don't know if anyone else has seen it. Basically, you swap bodies, but it's a whole group of people. Imagine a Talk to Me crowd, but they all swap bodies, and the game is you've got to figure out who's in whose body. But of course, people start kissing the person they've always wanted to kiss, start going against the person they've always wanted to hate. It's a cool idea. I love game horror, but this one, it was just too much effects. Like they ran out how to pad out the concept, and they just applied cool lighting, cool editing to the point it just flatlined. You go, you've got nothing here. This is unfortunately. Otherwise, I saw Vivarium. Have we seen Vivarium?
Yes.
Oh yeah, Barbarian. Yeah.
No.
The
Bavarian.
The variant.
Oh, Barbarian.
Yeah.
I thought you
Yeah.
were over-pronouncing like the fifth.
No.
No.
It's a bleak little film. It's a bleak
right.
little film, definitely. It reminded me very much of working in offices and call centers.
Oh.
You stay here forever, you perform your role, and you have absolutely no fun or no life, no joy doing it until you're basically thrown in the bin. And the way they show that on screen is great until the new model comes along. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so a very simple concept.
Society in general.
Very simple concept, but the way it's executed, it is done well. But it's not happy. It's not happy. Yeah. So I recommend that one. And was there anything else?
What is?
Wrath of Becky Gorge. I've done. Georgina, please.
I watched The Surrender.
Don't know it.
It's on Shudder at the moment.
Oh yeah, how is it?
It's bleak. It's definitely bleak. It's another one of those ones that you get no answers in the end, but I'm always okay with that. I'm okay with credits rolling and what? I'm okay with films like that. But it's hugely set in ritual, and it's like I bring her back. Well, I haven't seen it yet, but it's definitely, she is trying to bring back her past husband, and she's been setting up for this ritual from the day he died. Well, before the day he died, and there's a person that comes in. There's all this stuff that they have to do in this ritual, where they basically, in the sense of the name, surrender everything, give everything away to bring back their beloved. It's very cold, and so I won't tell you much more about it. It's definitely, yeah. There's a lot. Like I said, it's a very emotional film, set a lot of the time between the daughter and the mother's relationship and their trust between each other. Yeah, so it's a good film. It's a good film. Bleak, but it's good. And Daddy's head. Just look at Daddy's head. Bloody weird.
I've seen the trailer.
Sorry, what is it?
Daddy's head.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. I know what it is.
Yeah, it's again weird. It's an odd film, but a good film. Very interesting film. Also, what was another one that I put a note down here for?
These are both Shudder films. They seem like Shudder.
Yeah, that was another Shudder. I think this is another Shudder as well. Shadow of God. Now, I'll give this a mention purely because it's not actually the best film. It's not the best film, but the plot and the idea could have been so much better if you'd had a bigger budget and you'd worked more with the whole concept. It needed to be done in a better way, but I like what they were saying and what they're trying to do. But yeah. And also, I did put...
Oh, so yeah.
What's that?
Sorry. The hook of that film, Shadow of God, is that someone is being possessed by God itself.
Yes.
Yeah. In a sense.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting.
Hiding within the vessel. Like Dogma, basically. I don't like it.
Okay.
What Dogma was doing, you know?
Yeah, okay.
Hiding within the human vessel so it wouldn't be found. So yeah, that wasn't lost on me. And also I revisited Liquid Sky. Now I know this
classic.
Sci-fi, but if anybody has not seen Liquid Sky, it's terribly acted, but it is definitely a classic and it's one you have to see. It's basically the premise is there's a heroin-seeking alien that comes to Earth and can only get its heroin through, was it the endorphins?
Something like that. It's been decades.
In the human brain when they orgasm. So
that's it. That's it.
When they orgasm. So it's very 80s. It's very old. It's very of its time.
It's very old. It comes from like New York performance art underground. You know, David Bowie, Lydia Lunch, all of those sort of people. The Factory, Warhol, Androgyny. Yeah, Androgyny was the big gender bend thing back then.
That's right. Yeah.
No, it's a classic. No, nice one to bring up. Though I'm sure not many of the children. If you have, let us know. I've heard about that one at Evil Popcorn Pod. Barrett, what have you been watching that you can recommend?
Ooh, well, I've already recommended Murderbot.
Yep.
What else? Killer Killers I recommended. That was fun. I've decided to go back and start watching the Friday the 13th movies from the beginning again.
Oh, you're doing that?
Are you going to watch all the fan-made ones as well?
I think so.
There's some decent ones out there.
Is there?
Yeah, I think I will.
Yeah, link me some of those there, Suxy, please. Sorry, Barry.
Yeah, a lot of them are free to watch on YouTube too. Like,
yeah, they're on YouTube.
Okay.
Fear Street Prom Queen. I just watched.
Yeah.
yes, me too.
How was it?
It's good. I had fun. I did pick the killer quite early.
Yeah, so did I. Look,
So I've heard.
I enjoyed it.
It's horror, so I don't think they're trying to be too deep.
No.
Yeah.
Look, I grew up reading the books in the series, so I'm quite excited to see where it's going to go. There's a lot of certain stories in the books that I would love to see as films or as a series, whatever they're going to do. I enjoyed Prom Night. I thought the original, that trilogy that they did before, was a lot better. I felt Prom Night was maybe a little bit rushed.
Okay.
Good kill.
But I enjoyed it.
Between a cinematic movie and a TV movie, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, teen horror.
I mean, it's R.L. Stein, for God's sake. Like, that's a kid's book.
Yeah.
Well, the Fear Street books were a little bit more for the older crowd.
They're young
Like
adults,
Goosebumps.
weren't they? They're YA books.
Yeah, they're a bit darker.
Yeah, exactly. You can tell that. But you can tell there's still the R.L. Stein kind of vibes to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
What can I suggest? If you're of a anime mind and you like superhero stuff, the two Batman Ninja films are really good.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I'll watch those. Yeah.
Done in the style of Japanese animation, but with characters you're familiar with, kind of familiar with.
No, that's up my alley, actually. That's up my alley. Yeah, thank you. Because I like all of the Batmans, the Lego movies. Yeah, I'll watch anything along those lines. And I know what you mean. There was Samurai Showdown. The Wu-Tang Clan did animated style movies that were about, shoguns with Wu-Tang music, of that kind of animation. I know this I'm talking about, so I'll be down for that. Yeah.
No, that's me. Look, I'll always. We're just doing recommendations.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, well then, I'm done with my recommendation.
If you have more, say more. Sorry, I've lost vision.
No, I was going to do plugs, but we haven't done. Not everybody's done their recommendations yet.
Oh, okay. So whoever's left.
Maybe not exactly recommendations, but recently I did finally get around to watching Pet Sematary Bloodlines.
How is it?
It's sort of on its own. I enjoyed it. I think David Duchovny was amazing in it, but I do like him as an actor. I love the Pet Sematary world. I enjoyed aspects of it. It wasn't the strongest film in the series. It was sort of a, what you called it, sidequel, a prequel. I don't really know where it sits in the storyline.
Franchise filler.
Yeah, it's David Duchovny's character. His son's come back from the war. He's dead. So he brings him back in the pet cemetery, and it just kind of spirals from there. But basically, the older people in the town are very well aware of the curse. It's similar to a lot of other stories, I guess. And then the younger people are all finding out about it, and then they've got to go and put an end to it. It's here nor there, but it's enjoyable. If you enjoy that series, definitely go check it out if you haven't already. But maybe just don't have high expectations.
It's not the original, I'm guessing, yeah?
No, it's not on par.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might watch that tonight. It's been a while since I've watched the original. Yeah, I might watch that tonight, actually, based on your recommendation there of the new one.
I'm not sure it's a recommendation, but I did watch it recently. The only other thing that I've watched, again, a very side step away, and it's a comedy. I ended up watching the final season of Big Mouth.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I like how it all, they wrap it all up nicely. Yeah, it's just very funny, if you're into that sort of thing. And it's sad to say goodbye to the characters after such a long time of the series and the spin-off series. Highly recommended, actually, if you haven't already. Yeah.
I'm watching it, but I faded out and I should go back.
Same. Yeah, I'm in the same boat there, Jude. Yeah. I did like it because I mean, like Kroll, Mulaney, especially Jason Mantzoukas, one of my favorite people on the planet. I like their comedy. Yeah. So I enjoyed it. And if you don't know it,
I have no problem with that.
It's being kids discovering life in a really foul fashion. Is that fair to say? Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Is that us for recommendations?
Yeah.
All right. Who has plug?
Look,
Plug.
do my usual Improv Queensland and Act React, Supernova, and I'm traveling up to Toowoomba this weekend, so this will probably come out after that. But yeah, this weekend for Comic Geddon, where I'll be presenting for a couple of Star Wars guests and the cosplay comp. So yeah, I've been called kind of out of the blue for that one, which will be kind of fun because it's my old stomping ground. I'll probably go up early. I might go and see a movie at my old cinema just for the sake of it.
That's cool.
Maybe it'll be something horror based.
Let us know what you watch. Yeah, that's cool.
And there's some out there for you to watch, actually, for once.
Yeah.
Escape Manor, Evil Corp, always Ipswich Little Theatre, moving forward. And yeah, I've got an audition for a psychological short horror film. I'll tell you more about that if I get it, and I'll let you know about Winnie the Pooh. Haven't heard yet, but keen on Eeyore. And I'm signing up for an agent. So yeah, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well,
Georgina.
yeah, well, you did Evil Corp, so always loved that. And especially for me, though, right now, we've got Converge Solstice. That's going to be at Super Ordinary on the 21st of June, the longest day of the year, or night of the year. It's going to be a great event. I'm doing a little bit of marketing as well, but I'll be putting up some new pieces of artwork as well. So it's a bit of I guess, mixed media in general, you know, performance art, tarot readers, and DJs, we got tattooists, we got artists. We got it all. It's going to be a huge event. I've been looking at Super Ordinary. It's a huge space, so it's going to be a great weekend.
Where is that? Sorry if I missed it.
It is in not Haymarket. What am I thinking of?
I mean, it's okay. We'll post it up.
Yeah, no, I can pick a little Google.
We need our own spooky music for the Googling moment.
Super ordinary. Hamilton. That's the word. So
it's out there. It's out there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you need the space. You'll need that space out there for that. So yeah, that makes sense. Soxy, that's where we throw Cirque du Soleil and such when they come to town. There's big warehouses out in that suburb. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a big hangar kind of warehouse for that place.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And what's happening in Perth, Vanessa, Soxy, Perth Horror Fans, and all your other aliases?
Yes. So the Perth Horror Film Festival will be open for submissions until the 16th of June. Get on there. It's filmfreeway.com/Perth Horror Film Festival. Friday the 13th, this Friday, over at the Backlot Perth, I'll be hosting Dreadful Frights, where we have a screening of Special Needs Revolt, which I think we should talk about on here at some point, actually.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
We'll be you just got me.
Yeah, it is. It's an indie film. It is created by director Adrian Esposito, who will be coming in on a Zoom call for a Q&A at the end of the film. He is incredible. He's made this film. He's done some work with trauma. He's been in a couple of trauma films. He did a documentary about trauma, and this film does have some trauma actors in it and quite a few references. The main character is wearing an I Love Toxie shirt. They're watching a few trauma films throughout. The famous car crash is in it, and even Kabuki Man makes an appearance. It's a great film.
Okay.
And it's all about equality, and it's in its own way, it's like crazy and silly and out there, but it's very, very laced in what is happening in America at the moment.
Yeah.
There is a Donald Trump-ish character who gets his comeuppance, let's just say. Also, a shout out to Dr. Scary's Mazes here in WA. We are available for hire anywhere across Western Australia. You can find us at amusementrights4hire.com, or you can call David on 0414 956 410 in order to hire us for your next big event.
Nice.
I love how you do promo.
I did have a look at the specials, the film you were talking about. There's a film that a comedian called Christopher Titus did a few years back called Special Unit, where it's about a special unit of the police force that are all differently abled folks who are being sort of shunted away to one part of the police force, and the rogue cop who's on the edge is put in charge of them because he messes up one too many times. And then it's just a really nice story, and they only cast for the differently abled people.
Okay.
That's the same with Special Needs Revolt. It's
cool.
That's really well done.
Yeah, cool. I would like to interview this person. I mean, you can do it if you want there, Suxy. We could do it together, whoever else wants to be involved, because this is something really important to highlight. It's fantastic. And also just thinking about the podcast in the future, that the new Toxic Avenger is coming, and he's a trauma person as well. So that would be great. Have we all seen the trailer?
Trauma, you know, like
I'm down with that. I'm down. Trauma's important. Trauma is
I love trauma.
Very much trauma.
I mean, Lloyd is a dude. Lloyd is a gem of a human being.
Yeah.
Oh, one of my favorite people on this planet.
Yeah, he's great. He's absolutely great. Yeah, so fantastic. Yeah, let's cover that. Let's properly cover that. Yeah, Baron? Yeah, you reckon?
Yeah,
Especially
I agree.
Revolt? Yeah, no, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I think that's us. So, question. Are we all okay? Are we all still friends at the end of this?
Yeah. I'll let you live. God.
I've lost.
Smiling makes my face ache.
So, thank you.
Oh, he's gone. We can talk about him.
So I've got I've got two monitors, right? And the thing is, with the monitors, like the cables at the back to connect, there's one cable that two plugs, that shoots off from the main cable, and they go into the two monitors power outlet, right? But I've tried to put it close together and that sort of thing, and then it gets heavy weighted down there, the middle part, trying to stretch the second, input into the back of the farthest away monitor, and then every so often when you jiggle, it goes blank because the plugs come out of the socket. That's what's been happening.
Fine. It was only a few seconds.
Okay.
We couldn't see it.
But we saw your background.
So we're still all friends. They're children. You can still all be friends discussing film and having differing opinions.
Right.
Absolutely.
It's easy.
People can live having different opinions, right?
Yes.
Except about Jaws.
We'll do an episode of you. I watched Jaws. You tie me down, and then you just go with a pointer. And here, this is why this one.
And I'll dance for you, my Rocky Horror. While you're watching it.
While Sadaku just sits in a corner, and then we look out the window. There's teenagers walking slow, horny teenagers walking slowly.
Don't do it, man.
All right. Shall we sign off? This has been good. Thank you, people. Yeah. I'll start. And thank you so much, Children of the Popcorn. Thank you so much, my cohorts. This has been fun. Absolutely. Suxy, what say you?
This has been fun. Again, thanks for having me back. And I look forward to the next one.
Hello, me. It's always about me. No, I've had a great time. And like Jen said, well, Mr. Popcorn said, sorry, we're all still friends. We all still survived. And hope to do this again soon.
Yeah. We should revisit in some way, I think. Yeah. Absolutely.
Go to bed, children. Go to bed. Da, dun, da, dun, 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 dun.
I'm horny. Ooh.
Oh, I love it when you're evil. This is me at my most evil.